Hi guys, I hope everyone is doing fine. Welcome back to the channel. Can we quickly talk about this new show, Abandoned? So the host of this show is Pumeza. If you know Pumeza, she's the one that made Ushota. So she came back with a brand new season. Now it's on season 3, episode 6. I just want to talk about this episode real quick. You understand? So there's this woman, she wrote the show, obviously. She wanted to be reunited with her kids. So she was married and they got divorced around 2006, and she left like 3 of her kids. She had like 4 kids with the ex-husband, you understand? So she left like 3 of her kids with the ex-husband. Apparently he got like full custody, you understand? So she only had to raise one, like it was a last born, it was a boy, you understand? So she only had one boy to raise, you understand? The rest of her kids were staying with the ex-husband. So now she wrote to the show because she wants to be reunited with the kids again, you understand, after so many years of abandoning them. Mind you, these kids now, like, they're not even kids anymore. They're people that they have their own families, they're married and whatnot. They're in their 30s right now, you understand? So when she was busy writing to the show, she said she's been trying to do everything in her power to reconnect, you understand? She's been to the social worker several times. uh, Everything, like nothing worked out. So she had no contact, no nothing for all these years, since 2006. Mind you, these people, they're way older now. So Upomeza, she got hold of their daughters and she tried to talk to them. She tried everything. She even got like the husband of one of the daughters, like, to try so that they can have a conversation with their mother, because their mother is looking for them now. She wants to have a relationship with them. So all of these kids, 3 of them, they don't want to talk to their mother. They don't want to even make an effort to do anything. One of the daughters, she even said she isn't, like, she has a restraining order against her mother, you understand? So which means there's more to this story. So this woman, she's coming out, she wants to be reconnected with her kids, but she doesn't want to come out with a full story. She doesn't want to say exactly what happened, because you cannot just go out of your way to get a restraining order against your mother who you haven't seen in years, you understand? So Umpumeza tried everything, even tried to convince the husband. Everybody is just searching this woman out. Like, they just don't want to listen, they don't want to reconnect, they don't even want to hear her name. So the last attempt was to contact the ex-husband, because he is the one, obviously he has like he has like a good relationship with the kids, because he raised them, you understand? So they contacted the ex-husband. The ex-husband, immediately when they, like, he heard that your ex-wife wants to talk, he just like, don't ever call me again, I don't want to be in contact with this person, like, get out of my life, you understand? So for me, I just asked myself, like, what happened? I've never been married, I don't know about this thing. Like, when somebody gets like a full custody of their kids, is the other parent not allowed to come and visit? I don't understand. Like, don't you guys like have to work on some schedule nyana where you organize visits? Like, okay, I'm gonna be staying with the kids full time, but you can come and visit maybe on weekends and what? Isn't that how it works? So if that's how it works, I'm not saying that's how it works, but I'm just assuming, because most of the times when certain things happen and the other parent like gains full custody, it doesn't mean the other parent cannot, like, doesn't mean the other parent doesn't have any access to the kids, you understand? So for me, I'm like, since 2008, you were not in contact with these kids. You didn't even, maybe even if it was once a week, you didn't even go to visit these kids. You did nothing. Now they are way older, they don't even need you anymore. You abandoned them. You want to try to reconnect. I just feel like, and for her, Upumeza even asked this woman, like, okay, why do you think your kids don't want to talk with you? Like, is there something that is missing from the story that you gave us? Because your story is not making up. There's no way these kids can just literally want to shout you out without even hearing your side of the story, and try to understand what happened in their lives. They just want to leave you behind. They don't even want to hear anything about you, you understand? So she was like, oh, I think maybe the father, he was busy telling lies about me, about why I left the kids and whatnot. I just want to make things clear. It was literally a dead road. Like, nothing is clear, nothing is coming out. She doesn't even want to come forth with any information. So you cannot try to assure and say you want to get help and you want to try to reconnect with the kids, but at the same time you don't want to be honest about why did you abandon. Because your kids cannot just let you out without even wanting to hear your story and it's all good. You understand? Which means there's something deep that happened. It's either maybe the kids, they were abused, I don't know, maybe physically or emotionally or whatever, and they don't just want, like all of them, they don't want to be associated with you. And I feel like a lot of parents, they do that. I feel like people, they do not understand that the moment you abandon your child, automatically that child is good. Like a lot of kids, they end up having traumas. A lot of kids, they end up having like abandonment issues, attachment issues, like they feel like they are not being loved by the other parent. And mind you, this is not even their father that left them, it's their mother, the person that was the person that was supposed to be protecting them, the person that was supposed to be there for them. And mind you, some of these kids, like they were girls, so they definitely needed their mother. And I don't know if their father, like, he tried to remarry and moved on. Maybe the other woman was not good to them. And I do not know. Nothing was clear about that episode. Like, everybody just wanted to shut that woman out. But I feel like you cannot expect these kids, and not even kids, these women, these men, to be like accepting of you in their big age with when they are married and whatnot, to be to accept everything that you have to come with. So you coming back in their lives, it means now they have to maybe go back to the traumas that you have. I mean, that they have. They literally have to deal with everything that maybe they didn't even want to think about anymore. Some issues that they just wanted to move on with their lives and just forget and be like, okay, this is the mother, she abandoned us. I don't even want to see this woman ever again because this is what I went through because she wasn't in my life. You understand? So I feel like I understand why they are shutting her out, because you cannot abandon people and expect them to be welcoming of you, sing kumbaya with you just because when you are back. Because I feel like when people are growing up, like there's a certain age where it's okay for you. Maybe if you are in their lives, you're gonna correct them, you're gonna show them the way, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, you're gonna be a parent to them. But how can you parent a person that is their 30s and they are even married at that point? Because they've conditioned their mind that my mother is not there. My mother doesn't want to do anything. My mother abandoned us. They've already conditioned everything. They've learned to survive without you. And they've learned to, maybe, I don't know if they forgave her, but it doesn't sound like they forgave that woman because they don't even want to be in contact with that woman. And I do not blame them. I feel like that's how it's supposed to be. If a person is willing to abandon you, if a parent is willing to just continue with their lives like you never existed and focus on the one kid that they have and forget about the other three. So I feel like it's just okay to just let them live, let them continue to live their lives. And when you just move on with your life and never even want to try to have a relationship with that person because they didn't even care about you. Now, like, you are traumatized, now you have issues. This whole thing, it really affected your whole adulthood and probably your childhood as well. And now this person is just want to come back and give you that reminder of the memory that you don't even want to revisit. So I just feel like sometimes parents, they are very selfish. I don't know. And her trying to be a victim, saying, oh, maybe the father told lies about me. But where were you to correct those lies? Even if somebody is lying about you and saying, oh, this is the reason that she left, this is the reason why your mother abandoned you, it's all lies and whatnot. But where were you the time that you had to be there and try to correct everything, to try to correct all this information that was given to your kids? You understand? Where were you when you were just willing to be wherever you were and forget about everything? Now, because when you are in your 60s, you are a pensioner, you try to make amends, try to rebuild the relationship. It doesn't really work like that. I feel like people should just stop living in fantasy world and think just because when you want to, the time that you think it's fine, you want to try and come back in people's lives. It doesn't work like that. I feel like she should just continue with her life and forget about her kids. I guess she was able to forget about these kids for years and nothing affected her. Her life continued as normal. She was able to eat at night. She was able to live throughout the day. She was able to sleep even at night. Everything was okay for her without no worry about what is happening to her kids. You understand? So I feel like, It's a lot. It just also reminds me of I also watched the interview of some girl, that girl from This Body Works For Me, and also I also watched the interview of her mother. I'm not gonna talk much about it, like I'm just gonna summarize, you understand, because I feel like these stories, they connect. So literally, but basically, some girl doesn't even want to be in contact with her mother ever again, and even the mother, like these people, they don't want to see each other. And the crazy part is that, like, some girl's mother, she literally thinks that, yeah, now she's a victim. She's literally cursing some kid that she hopes some kid girl goes out there, contract HIV, and she hopes some kid works as a sex worker for all her life. She hopes some kid, like the boyfriend that she has now, the boyfriend can just literally just kill some kid because he hates some kid. How can you say something about that? Like how can you say something like that about your child? How can you say something as distasteful, like you wanting your child to be dead? You wanting somebody to, and she even said she hopes some kid dies like a slow and painful death. So you can imagine, like, the kind of parent that these people are. If when now you can go all out when I just talk about you talk bad about your child, and when now you are able to be fine and claim that you love this person, claim that maybe one day you want to be reconnected with this person. And the third part is that Samke's mother, she even thinks that Usamke had a perfect childhood because he was like, the mother was able to buy her clothes and whatnot. But at the same time, claiming that Samke was sleeping with with her husband, which is Samke's stepfather. You understand? But the stepfather was the one that was busy pimping Samke. He was busy, the one grooming her, sleeping with her and whatnot. The person that was supposed to be there act like a deputy father, because Samke's father was, they didn't even have a relationship, because Samke's father, he died when she was like 2 years old or something like that. When she was way younger, she doesn't even remember his face. You understand? So the person that was supposed to step up, he came, and all he did was just to abuse Samke, like sexually, was just there taking care, like taking advantage and whatnot. And the worst part is that Samke's mother, she's still married to this person. She's still married to this pathetic person, but she's going out there in an interview where everybody's gonna see. Definitely, even some kids gonna see her mother talking all these evil things about her. And you wonder why some kid doesn't want to come back, because when you are still with this person that was busy abusing your child, and you don't see anything wrong with it, you want to continue and blame your child for that matter, and you want them to be happy and say, okay, I'm gonna come back to my mother, I want us to work on it. It doesn't work like that. And her saying Samke had like a perfect little childhood, and it doesn't work like that. Just because someone was able to buy you clothes, just because someone is able to buy you food, it does not mean that emotionally they are not damaging you emotionally. The abuse might not be physical, but the worst part is that Samke's mother, she even admitted that she was beating her like hell. So the abuse was not even like, it was not only mental, it was also physical as well. You understand? So it's just a sad situation that I just hope that people look, you learn to understand that you are traumatizing your kids, and when your kids, they don't want to be in your in your life, they don't want to welcome you back, you also have to be fine with it, because these are your doings, and people are just tired. Like, these kids are just tired now. It's just a matter of, okay, you don't want me in your life, and you were willing to abuse me physically and even emotionally, or even abandon me. I don't want you in my life, and fine, just stay there. You understand? Those that are able to forgive their parents, those that are able to just be kumbaya and try to reconnect and whatnot, fine. If when now you have healed, but people, they are different. People are very different. Not everyone is gonna be forgiving. Not everyone is gonna welcome you in their lives, and that's fine. You should also be okay with that, because when now you were able to say bad things about these people, you are able to work out of these people's lives, and without even feeling any remorse. So you should also be okay with the decision that they're making to not keep you in their lives. You understand? So it's just said, Shem. Like, the whole Samke situation is just said because this girl, like, she literally just wanted her mother to be there for her. You understand? Yeah, she wasn't abandoned as a child. The mother was there full time and whatnot, but it doesn't make it right that she led her stepfather to abuse her. At the same time, she was also protecting this monster. that was busy molesting her child. Even now, she's still making peace with it. But going out up and down, doing interviews, saying bad things and whatnot, how do you expect to heal from that? How do you even come back from the situation where your mother is going out there telling people that she wishes when you die a painful death? She wishes your boyfriend that you are dating can just wake up one day and just finish your life. You understand? You understand? Like, for me, I just feel like it's a mess, guys. And if your parent has done you wrong, and if you feel like it's just something that you cannot deal with emotionally, it's okay to take your time. Like, honestly, take your time. There's no formula, and nobody can tell you, oh, forgive this person, or take this long. Take your time. You understand? Some people, they never even heal from these things. Some people, they end up being suicidal. Some people, they end up having to go to therapy all their lives because their parents, they abandoned them. And because their parents, they allowed them to be abused. Because their parents, they thought, just because I'm buying you things, it means when you are fine emotionally. It doesn't work like that, guys. Like, people now, like people these days, they are just so in tune with their emotional being. Like, they just want to take care of their emotional, they want to be healthy, you understand, emotionally, and they're just willing to deal with their trauma sense on. And if they feel like they've maybe gone to therapy, they feel like they've dealt with these things like by themselves, and they were able to move on and forgive you, but at the same time they don't want you in their lives, you should also be okay with it. You should also be absolutely okay with that, because it's sad, guys. It's sad. And I even feel bad for those people, for these kids that maybe go out of their way to try to find their parents, maybe their fathers, their mothers, or whoever. These people that go to shows, maybe Okumbulekaya, or now abandoned, or Utatako. It's sad that these people, they go out there and also get rejected as well. Imagine this person walked out of your life when you are younger. You go out there, try to look for him, and they are rejecting you for the second time around. Imagine the trauma that this thing is gonna do. You going out there to look for this person because when you are traumatized, you want to have a relationship with this person, but this person is rejecting you all over again in a national television. So it's just, I don't know, guys. I just feel like it doesn't matter who it is, but if you feel like this person is not bringing you peace in your life, even if it's your parent, it's okay to just move on. If you feel like when you can move on, but if you feel like you can forgive this person, that's also okay. Because even if the mother, because I don't understand the person that is like, oh, I abandoned you because I lost custody of you. Okay, why didn't you fight? You understand? So it's just a mess, and for people to just expect you to move on and forgive everything, and just try to delete that part where they were not even there when you needed them. They were not even there throughout your childhood when you needed them. And now coming back, they just want to act like a victim. And it's like these people, they're all the same. They always find something that is gonna make them to look like a victim. Like, why can't you just think? Why can't you just use your medulla and just try to understand, like, okay, I am not the victim here. I am the one that victimized my kids. It's just time for me to humble myself and be apologetic about it and not lie. You cannot go out there looking for help, or go out there by trying to connect with people using lies. Nobody's gonna forgive you, because you do not seem like a person that is willing to take accountability, willing to take responsibility, and willing to humble themselves. You understand? So guys, it's a lot. Kuningi, like, continue watching these shows, and hopefully you're gonna learn something and not abandon your kids. So guys, can you please like, comment, and subscribe the video? I know I went on in a little rant, like, but please guys, like, I just want us to reach 1K subscribers. Let's go together, guys. Let's grow this channel together, and just share the video if you have to.